Offensively, what was the difference between the first half and the second half for you guys?
First half, we were kind of getting some pressure up front. I think that our guys were really excited that first half, and I think second half we settled down and got back to our just our assignment football. So I think that was the biggest thing between the first and second half.
How do you think your offense still just keeps bouncing back? I mean, you had the problems with the drops in the first half, but you still found a way. I mean, you put up a career high in passing yards. So just kind of walk me through what you were thinking during the entire game.
Entire game, we had some drops early, but I think our guys settled down. Our freshmen just got used to, that was the first time really being out there in a big role for them, and I think they settled down the second half. And, it's my job to keep feeding them the ball, and they got it done the second half. Proud of those guys.
Having said that, this week you're going up against a pretty prolific offense. So, I mean, do you feel any added pressure to make sure that you guys come through in the first half and put points on the board as soon as possible going up against them?
It's just our duty to go up there and put some points on the board. We know that they got a good offense, and they're going to put. I think their lowest scoring game was 34 points. So I think that that's going to be a task at hand that we got to do as an offense is go out there and put up a lot of points this week.
Have y'all finally figured out what some of the slow starts have been? I know I asked you 4 or 5 weeks ago some of the slow starts on offense, but can you all pinpoint it through 8, 9 games, however many it is now?
I don't really know the specific reason, but I know that we came out slow, and a lot of it was just mentally. I don't think that we were ready to play up front, and as an offense, I don't think that we were just totally ready to go. And mentally, we just got to get better. I think we got to go in there, and we have too many kind of missed assignments. It's just mental stuff. It's not physical stuff. I think physically, as an offense, we can hang with anybody. We've shown that, and I think that mentally, we just need to go out there and show what kind of offense we really are, because I think we are a special group of guys.
Is there some sense of worry there, though, because the defense has kind of bailed the offense out, the past couple of games when y'all have started off slow, keeping y'all in the game, keeping it 7-0, 7-3 at halftime, and what could have been a 21-0 game that you're down at halftime. Is there any worry there that eventually the defense might not be able to hold up their end of the bargain, and you will find yourself in a big deficit because offense struggles early?
I don't think we're worried. I think that that's just something that we need to keep going, keep working on at practice. It's something that you can't just correct overnight. But through practice and through, hard work, I think that we can get that done.
How much of a difference was it throwing to, say, Dixon coming out of the backfield or throwing to guys coming out of the backfield than it is to a wide receiver? What adjustments do you have to make?
I think that a lot of time throughout the season that we've kept Kenneth in protection. This game, we kind of opened it up a little bit more where he was able to get out on some routes, and that makes it easier for me because if down the field's not there, I'm able to check it down to him. And with a guy like that, you're going to have big plays getting the ball. So I think that protection-wise, that was crucial for us this week, letting him get out on his routes and get the ball in his hands.
I mean, you have to get it to him quicker then?
No, I think, I just still go through the same progression, the same reads. I'm looking downfield, but, it's easier for me because now I'm able to check it down instead of having to make a big play or having to scramble around. I think that's nice.
How do you think the passing game has evolved since your first game of the season?
I think that we've gotten better. I think that our offensive line has gotten a lot better. For how many times we passed the ball, I think we only had 1 sack. That's credit to them. I think that we're getting a lot better up front, and in our receiving core, I think that we're creating depth. I think those younger guys are finally getting used to it and getting a lot better as the year's gone on.
Against UTSA, it seemed like the game was going really fast for Marlon Watts. Last week during practice, did you see it slow down for him? Did you know that Saturday was going to come and he was going to feel more comfortable?
Yeah. I think that just comes with a little bit of experience. That was his first game, UTSA, and I think that this game slowed down for him, and he made some big plays for us.
What were some of the difficulties early with the offensive line? I know there's a lot of reshuffling, but what are some of the challenges when you do get in a situation like that where you don't have your normal, rotation in there protecting you?
We just got to keep on getting better. I know that they were bringing a lot of stunts. and they were bringing a lot of twist this past week. And that's just something that we just got to keep improving on, keep working on, and keep getting better at.
I'm sure you guys are excited about every homecoming, but just what do you expect the environment to be like for homecoming this week?
I'm hoping it's crazy. I'm hoping a lot of fans come out, and I'm really excited for that.
How much do you pay attention to a team like Western Kentucky, especially with their quarterback? Like, do you put much stock into that when you see them put up that many points every week? Seems like their quarterback's throwing for 400 or 500 yards a week.
Well, I'm sorry. What was the question?
Like, do you pay attention to that? I mean, do you admire a guy that can sit back and sling it there?
I definitely admire it. I don't really, pay much attention to it. I'm more focused just on what we're doing, really. I think that we do a good job of kind of eliminating all the noise and all the extra stuff outside of the locker room, and we just, we're worried about just winning this game this week. And, there's a lot of talk, about conference and stuff like that, but I think we do a great job of eliminating that and just playing like a one-game season, as Coach puts it, and we're trying to get that 6th win.
With Hunter Lee going down, how mentally did this affect the ball club Saturday?
That was a tough injury, but I think that, that's a great leader that we lost. But, he does a great job. He's in the locker room talking, helping the wide receivers, and he's a great motivational guy. He had people going out second half fired up, and, that's someone hard to lose, but I think we're excited, about, who's going to step up and who's going to, fill that role.
As a leader of the offense, how, I guess, fulfilling was it to see the receiving core kind of come together? I know a couple weeks ago we talked about you had 3 or 4 guys you were really throwing to, and now over the past couple weeks you got your 2 freshmen coming on, stepping up, playing big roles. So how good is that to see some of the depth of all of that wide receiver?
Yeah, I think that's huge, and I think that that was big in our bye week. We worked a lot with the younger guys, getting a lot more reps, and I see them mentally progressing. It's not just physical, because they got a lot of physical talent. I think that mentally they're finally getting there, and they're understanding what they need to do and what their role in this team is. And I think that their role has increased, and I think that they're going to accept the challenge. I think they're ready.
This past week with the shuffle in the offensive line, did that have to do with any of the slow start and having a different mix up there in front of you?
No, I don't think so. I think that we just got to keep mentally preparing. I think that's the biggest thing for us. Because, again, I said, physically we can hang with any team. I think mentally we got to go into each game ready to go. Because I think that, I think some of the slow starts are due to mental, not really mentally prepared. And once we get in that second half and we start seeing stuff and we start recognizing stuff, then we get it all together. But I think that, the biggest thing for us as an offense is to come out mentally prepared this week and come out ready to score.
I know you say you don't listen to much noise, but how much do you think that this performance, the offensive performance, especially in the second half, I guess solidified that this team can win with a passing game? I mean, a lot of the talk last year was if you stopped Kenneth Dixon, you could beat Louisiana Tech. That obviously wasn't the case because, I mean, he did his thing in the receiving game, but the overall running game didn't really have much success, and y'all still were able to win with a big passing day.
Yeah, I think, I've talked about this before. I think we complement each other really well. And I think that when people want to stop the run and load the box, I think that we can pass it. And that showed last week. And I think that, we're willing to do whatever we got to do to win, if that's run the ball or throw the ball. And, we want to keep that balanced attack, obviously. But we definitely want to keep giving it into our playmakers' hands. Like, keep getting into Dixon's hand, keep giving into those guys like Paul Turner, Carlos Henderson, get those guys the ball because they make plays.